Welcome back to the grind. Today we're going to talk about the details of Firefin, the legendary festive sorcerer. Quick update, the next event is a breeding event. If you haven't seen Poseidon's posters, you should go check them out at the link in the description. Now let's get into the details of Firefin. We're going to break each spell down with the details. Here's a summary of all the spells, and now let's take a look at them one at a time. The first spell is Underwhelming Fireball. It's a 1 rage active white spell that will deal 17% of the dragon's modified HP to all towers in a target area, about 3 towers. The next is Get Angry. This is a 1 rage active white spell that increases rage regeneration by 400% and heals the dragon for every tower destroyed during the duration of the spell, which is 5 seconds, and then it will have a 4-second cooldown. Now the amount of rage that will regenerate, I think, will be about 4 to 5 bars during that time. Next is a 2 rage white shield that will absorb 75% of damage taken and will absorb mage shots and turn them into 2 rage per shot. It will last 6 seconds with a 1-second cooldown. And then the fire flak resist will resist 70% of fire flak tower damage. Alright, now we're going to talk about how the spells all work together. First, I want to say thank you to everyone for the support and encouragement with my videos. I'm amazed my last video almost got 1,000 views at this point. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and thank you to those if you do subscribe if you want to stay up to date on the newest content. So let's talk a bit about how I imagine flying Firefin. A few assumptions in my description would include that we won't be able to shoot more than one or a second fireball before the first one actually hits the target, like the other fireball spells. So I assume that means by the time the first one hits the island, we'll be fully facing the island before we can pull on a second fireball to shoot that one. The other assumption would be the Get Angry spell uses one rage and generates maybe 5, allowing us a total of 9 to 10 rage in a 5-second period of burst damage, assuming you can shoot that many fireballs in that time. And that the cooldown of Get Angry would be too long to allow us to use it a second time on the short islands. The final assumption in this description would be that there's no ice flak on the island. So how I imagine it would be, you load a fireball before the turn, so you have full rage once you're facing the island. You use that free fireball while you're still turning, and then once you're facing the island, before you can use a second fireball, you would use a regular swipe attack if you have time, which would be optional. But you would use Absorb Magic and Get Angry kind of at the same time as you're about to face the island, or right before you take damage if you have the right time. That would bring you down to about 2 rage, and then you have about 5 seconds of that increased energy gain and the healing from damaging towers, as well as a 6-second shield. Now, you can either use 7 to 8 shots of the Underwhelming Fireball to hopefully destroy all the towers, or use 5 to 6 primarily on the front 3 if the towers are that strong, saving about 2 rage to use Absorb Magic again after the 1-second cooldown if damaged towers are still active and assuming you're still alive. If done quickly enough and including the free Underwhelming Fireball, and if it works the way I mentioned, or works the way they mentioned in the stream about ideally taking 3 to 4 fireballs to kill a tower, then you should be able to clear out a full island with this combination of spells before running out of rage. Rage runes will be important to get the maximum benefit from Get Angry, and HP runes and gear would be important to maximize the damage of Underwhelming Fireball, so you don't have to use as many. Now, if there is an ice flak, I'm not sure how this dragon will survive unless you're able to shoot multiple Underwhelming Fireballs before the first one hits the towers. That's the only way I can see you being able to burst the ice flak down, allowing you to use any of your spells. So that's it for this video. I hope that was helpful, and there'll be more information once the dragon's released and we can see some gameplay. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. If you have any other thoughts, put it down there, and we'll see you in the next video.